Hey, what's happening? It's Paul Ingram with Kali Center. Today, we're gonna do some knife training. Go and pick up one of our training knives or a set of our training knives that we have over at our online store. These are fantastic training knives. They're great, not just for training, but they're excellent for sparring as well. So you get a good realistic kind of thrust and cut, but at the same time, you got a lot of safety there. And they're really good rubber knives, very durable, but also great for training, for safety in your training, to reduce the risk of injury, my friends, because we want to make sure there's no injuries in training, so that way we're training every single day. Let's grab our training knife. Let's get to today's training. Before we get to the drills today, I want you to do me a quick little favor. Number one, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. So click that subscribe button right now. It's really fast, really easy, free, and it makes you a really cool person. Before we get to the training, I got one thing I would love for you to do for me right now. Hit that subscribe button. It's easy, it's fast, it's free, and it makes you a really amazing person, at least, in my eyes. So if that's important to you, hit that subscribe button and be amazing. So let's get to today's training. I'm gonna keep it really basic because I just wanna go over some of the basic knife movements, a little bit of a combination. I'm gonna give you two because we gotta make sure that, we're not just doing one thing, we should have a couple things in our arsenal. So let's take a look at it. We're gonna be transitioning between two basic tactics, a slash or cut and a thrust. All right, so let's take a look at it. So our first drill, we have our 1 and 2. We call this an angle 1 and an angle 2. Okay, there's two schools of thought here at Kali Center when it comes to our slashes. All right, we have the big slashes, which is our 1 and our 2 from what we call a full chamber position. And then we have our short slashes, or what we call our short power, which is 1, 2. It's very short, just like that. Now, the reason why we have both of these is really because of timing. When it comes to knife fighting or stick fighting or any kind of fighting, we have to take timing into consideration. And when it comes to timing is that we have to be able to break the timing of our opponent. And how we do that is through a couple different methods. There's 6 methods that we teach here of breaking timing. But some of the basic stuff or the basic understanding of it is that we have to be able to break the timing of our hand. So sometimes, if we're striking big and wide, yeah, there may be more openings, a big swing creates a big opening, but with footwork, with the control of range and understanding angles and everything, you can navigate very well and minimize the countering abilities of your opponent. Now, on the other hand, is that we have these short slashes just like this because sometimes we need speed. So sometimes we need to, if we're always striking, like this and fast at that same tempo, at the same rhythm, and our opponent may be able to pick up that timing. So we can break that timing by opening it up and then creating an opportunity to strike with more power or with a larger surface of cutting, right? Otherwise, sometimes we need it to be short. So I want you to play with these variations as we're going through these two drills today. But the first drill is we're gonna slash our 1, slash our 2, and then we're gonna thrust the forehand thrust. I want you to think of your thrust as like a jab right now. It's a quick in and out. Okay, so we're not going with this power bow all the way in and looking to jam this thing all the way into, our opponent and it gets stuck in there and everything. It's a quick one. It's 1, 2, pop, quick jab. Maybe going right to the eyes, right to the face, anywhere area like that. It could also be going to the opponent's hand. It takes a little more accuracy, but with training, you can get it. You can develop that accuracy and that precision. So 1, 2, pop, right there. 1, 2, pop, right there. And then you're ready. 1, 2, boom. So you can see that you can start working the bigger cuts, boom, followed up by the shorter cuts. Bigger cuts followed up by the shorter cuts, just like that. So it's gotta be fast. You wanna start slow, develop the movements, and then gradually speed it up. Nothing complicated about that. So let's move to drill number 2. Same exact thing, same idea, but we're gonna switch the strikes. We're gonna start off with the angle 2 slash, followed up by the angle 1 slash, and then a backhand thrust just like that. Again, we're gonna kind of jab that thrust very, very quickly. Again, it can go to the eyes, face area, neck area, or with good training, you can develop the precision and the accuracy to go right to the hand of the opponent if you need to, right? That weapon wielding hand. So it's a 2, a 1, and then a quick backhand thrust. Same exact ideas here. You can go large, pop, and then follow it up with a short. Or go short and then followed up with a large. Working that accordion of those different types of cuts so that way you're starting to break up your timing, your rhythm, and break up that pattern of striking, making you a much more unpredictable fighter, which is gonna give you more of an edge in your self-defense. All right, so from here, 1, 2, pop, 2, 1, pop, pop, boom, boom, right there. Once you've isolated these drills, our 1-2 forehand thrust and our 2-1 backhand thrust, I want you to start playing around a little bit, okay? Go into what we call the carenza, which is just a solitary free flow. Now we're able to move around, 1-2, bop. We can move around, 2-1 thrust. Right here, we can start with the thrust and go into the slashes. Start with the thrust and go into the slashes. But I want you to have that idea. Basically, what I'm teaching you here is the principles of forehand strikes and backhand strikes on the cuts and on the thrusts. Okay? And that's where we want to be. We want to make sure we're coming in, striking in from these angles. We don't always want to be playing on the center line like this. We want to have angles kind of darting in, especially on the knife. It's darting in on our opponent. So one, bop, we can come out here. Boom, we can come out here. So as you're playing around with these drills, start linking them together, start freelancing it, move around, get outside, and imagine an opponent in front of you, okay? And then you can start working it out. You'll be surprised that with just a few moves, you can have some very highly effective self-defense skills. You don't need to have this massive encyclopedia of techniques, of movements. You just need some good core fundamental movements and make those fundamental movements great. Make that your game. And if you can understand how to control that range, and you can understand how to control, calculate, and break all that timing stuff, then applying that range timing with good footwork and angulation with just 3 or 4 moves, you could be a very devastating person when it comes to the weaponry, which is going to up your chances if it comes down to an actual self-defense situation. You don't need to be thinking out of the box, what do I got to pull, which technique goes where. Right, we need to just have some good basic fundamental moves. Then head over to my online school, KaliCenter.training, and go pick up my Kali Defense course, where I have streamlined the essential principles and skills of Kali, of Filipino martial arts, into a fast and easy learning self-defense program. We're covering the impact weapons, we cover the edged weapons, the empty hands, empty hand versus weapons. You're gonna get all that in an easy, fast, streamlined training package with my Kali Defense training course. Just for watching this video right now, if you go down in the description box below, I'm gonna give you a discount to my Kali Defense training course. You can also use that discount on any other training course that you're gonna find at my online school. So make sure to do 2 things. Number 1, make sure to grab some training knives over at our online store. That's gonna make sure you got good, solid gear to train with. That's gonna help to reduce injury, but you still got that realism. And go grab my Kali Defense so that way you know exactly what to train and you know what exactly to do next with these knife fighting moves. All right guys, I will catch you back here next time. Make sure to get outside from time to time and let nature be your Kali dojo. Go have fun, take it slow. Okay, don't worry if you get frustrated or anything like that. That's part of the process, and that's why the most important thing is to have fun. It's okay to make mistakes in training. That's where we learn to eliminate our mistakes, so that way we don't make them and the real deal, hopefully. All right, stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys next time.